Right, let's bring you the story now. International Relations Minister Dr. Naledi Pandor has granted immunity to delegates that are expected at the BRICS foreign ministers meeting starting this week. The same has also been extended to those attending the five-country summit, which South Africa will be hosting come August. According to Pandor's notice, which was gazetted yesterday, participants will be granted immunity in accordance with the Diplomatic Immunities and Privileges Act. Russian President Vladimir Putin might attend that summit, potentially putting South Africa on a collision course with the West. A warrant for his arrest by the International Criminal Court is still in place for his continued invasion of Ukraine. South Africa would be compelled to arrest Putin upon landing. Let's make sense of all of this for you now. Bring in DIRCO spokesperson Clayson Monyela, who joins us via our telephone line for a bit more clarity more than anything else. Clayson, great to have you on the program. Thanks, as always, for making time. My understanding is that the granting of this immunity is essentially routine, perhaps even expected. But I suppose the question of interest for a lot of people is, what does it essentially exempt these diplomats from? In other words, would a Vladimir Putin in South Africa be exempted from any kind of arrest?
So if you look at the, good morning, by the way, to you and the viewers. So if you look at the last line of the statement that I issued this morning, I made the point that these immunities do not override any warrant that may have been issued by any international tribunal against any attendee of an international conference or summit. These immunities are standard, as you were correctly saying, it's routine, expected. If a country is to host any international conference or summit, you issue these immunities. We've done this previously when we hosted the WSSD, the COP17, which is the UNFCCC, AU Summit. So this is standard. So we're doing this because this week in Cape Town, Minister Pandor is hosting her BRICS foreign ministers counterparts from the BRICS countries. So we had to do this. And then, of course, we're looking ahead to the August summit of the BRICS countries. So to answer your specific question, no, these immunities do not override the warrant issued by the ICC against President Putin.
Crystal clear. Thanks for that. The other question, which I'm hoping you'll also be as clear about, is whether we know yet if Putin's attendance at the summit, if it's a given he will in fact attend, will be in person or potentially virtually.
So if you recall, Cabinet has made an announcement that the President has appointed an interministerial committee led by or chaired by the Deputy President to process the legal opinion that Cabinet has received on the matter of the warrant issued against President Putin by the ICC as it relates to his possible attendance of the BRICS summit in August. So we need to give that IMC space and time to process that file and advise Cabinet accordingly, and I'm sure there will be an announcement in terms of how government intends to manage that file. So as matters stand today, the BRICS summit is being held in August, and BRICS countries are expected to attend.
Sure. All right. So the answer to my question is we don't know if he's going to be here or not.
Yeah, no, I'm not able to tell you that until the processes are referred to a given time and space to be processed accordingly.
All right. Briefly, there are reports that the DA is planning to head to court. I'm actually not sure if they've submitted those court papers, essentially asking for a declaratory order to compel South Africa to act on that warrant if Vladimir Putin actually were to arrive in this country. What's the department's posture towards that?
Yeah, no, I'm not even sure why anybody would do that, because this government has never denied the fact that we've got obligations as a state party to the Rome Statute, and we remain a member of the ICC.
But we do have a history, of course, to be fair. Sorry to interrupt.
No, hang on. And so this government has never denied the obligations that are imposed on us by virtue to the Rome Statute. So I don't even think there is a confusion about what needs to happen. But as I said, let's allow the IMC to do its work, and I'm sure the leadership of government will announce the way forward on this.
All right. Clayson Monyela, thanks for speaking to us. Time not on our side, but I imagine it's a conversation we'll continue in a different time. Clayson Monyela, of course, is a spokesperson of the International Relations Department.